Welcome to the Blue Cafe. We offer stories of infidelity, betrayal, and redemption. Please like and subscribe if you are enjoying what you are hearing. Now, on to today's story. I'll get a lot of hate, but here it is. Progress. It took 16 years. My wife and I married young. In our early 20s. We both came from troubled homes with domestic abuse, drug use, sexual abuse, you name it. First time I was left to be tended to by government officials I was 2. My childhood was strengthened by convictions. Hers made her weak. I was in it for the long haul. Alcoholics Anonymous, Narcotics Anonymous, therapy/counseling, you name it. I was the person who showed up, not anyone from her family. In our 4th year of marriage, she had an affair with a mutual friend. She trickle-truthed an additional affair later. She followed the adultery handbook and denied as I stood there with the evidence in my hand. Not an ounce of remorse existed. Then the evidence was presented. She broke down. Blamed me that our relationship wasn't moving forward. All my friends have kids, blah blah blah. We had agreed in conversation multiple times that kids were to start at the 5-year mark, imagine that. Communication and agreement in full force. She followed the remorseful playbook. Gave a timeline. Confessed to everything, allegedly. We did couples therapy and individual therapy. I found out when we were starting to try and have kids. I was thumbing through medical files and came across a receipt for an appointment in which the morning after pill was issued. It was recent at the time. I kept it and waited until I had hard evidence. Sure enough, she was pregnant. We did a blood test when our child was born. So as mentioned, we proceeded with reconciliation. 12 years later, I can conclusively say, recon is an absolute waste of time and energy. My feelings for her were never the same. I could never look at her as my lover. We have sex. It's crazy, intense, awesome and kinky. Probably due to her still carrying the guilt of her affair. Then it started. She started asking about having another child. About where we would retire together. All I can think is that. She's a fine partner. Good looking. Since recon she's been engaging, loving, and well, present in the relationship. All I can think is who cares? I wasn't good enough to be faithful to at my peak. My peak physical condition. My peak mental and emotional states. She ripped the rug out from under me 12 years ago. I thought we had a great relationship then. Now I can't help but want to do the same. I've given her the kid she wanted. The house. The life. I've made sacrifices to make all this work. I'm done. I made an appointment with a divorce attorney. No more talks of the future. Dry your tears. This is the outcome you chose. You showed me there are no teammates in life, now you can learn the same lesson. When you feel it's all going so right, here comes the rug pull. Enjoy it. I know I will enjoy my freedom from this moment. Why do you think you'll get a lot of hate here? She broke your marriage in a way that cannot be fixed. If people will fault you for anything, it's not doing this before your first child, or at least sooner. Because Up thinks he's being vindictive when we all know he's not. He's just not there anymore and can't live with the BS his soon-to-be ex put him through. So Up, we got you. Do what you've got to be happy. Sorry it took a further 12 years for you to figure out it's okay to leave 20. You aren't getting hate because there is enough justification for a divorce. Though if you do get any hate for anything, it is the child. And she definitely triggered you with the following. Then it started. She started asking about having another child. about where we would retire together. There was a lot of betrayal and damage she never recovered, and now she wants to talk about another child and long-term plans. That just isn't possible after she destroyed all that and what seems to be a rug sweep. She was very lucky to get a second chance, but the way I read it, she destroyed that. I was thumbing through medical files and came across a receipt for an appointment in which the morning after pill was issued. This, as I read it, is after getting caught the first time. And she did it unprotected, while trying to reconcile. It should have ended there, because as I see it, that was the second time she was caught cheating, but you still tried to make it work. Second chances are rare. No one is going to fault you not giving a third. But I'm worried about her as a child getting hurt. No matter what she has done, your child is innocent. It's going to hurt her in ways you cannot imagine, so if that is your intention, know that it will succeed. She has had 12 years to think that everything between you is fine, that your marriage is fine, that things that have happened have been forgiven and, I suppose, forgotten. My only question then is, why the charade? Why act the way you have for the past 12 years? My guess is that you have reciprocated her affections for you, have responded to her being engaged and loving and present in the relationship, and have given her no recourse to think otherwise. If that is so, then why did you go this route and not just cut it off then and there? I can understand why you are going to do what you are going to do. You will succeed in what you are setting out to do in more ways than you can imagine. Sometimes it takes time to finally accept something is never gonna work for you. I think Op was hopeful, but when you finally get to a certain point, it's like nothing can be done. Unfortunately, he didn't know, and it wasn't confirmed for him until 12 years later. I don't believe this was a charade. No hate here, brother. In fact, I love the way you are going to serve the cold dish of revenge to her. I personally would have ended it the first second, to survive the 12 years of pain and emasculation you suffered. But you hang in there. Once read a similar story, where a wife cheated already having a child, and the husband forgave her. They passed through that with an excellent relationship until the kid became 18. The same day he presented her divorce papers, totally blindsided her, told her he was living his outside life, secretly with countless mistresses, waiting for his child to become of age, while she was busting her ass to fix what she broke, guilt-eating her up, as he was a model husband until the day of papers. He told her up until the point where she cheated, he had eyes only for her, even though he had opportunities because of job and looks, many travels. D-Day made him realize that he was a fool, played, and if divorced stuck paying heavy alimony and shared property. He told her while serving her the papers in his son's B-Day party, "The night I found out what you did, I promised myself I would do anything to make you feel how I feel now, no matter how much time it takes." So he played a long reconciliation, all these years made sure to hide separate finances and properties to family names, and waited until the child was of legal age to serve her. She even wanted a second child for some time, which he said no, always used protection. At the end he left her only the house they lived in. How sad to squander so much of two lives focused on secret hate and vengeance. What a lousy lesson for their kid. His whole life was a lie. That husband devoted the years as D-Day creating a black hole, walking away with nothing constructive to show for it. Well, he actually justified it. He had promised to his late mother that if he had children, not to raise them in a broken home, since he came from a divorced family. I forgot to tell that part out, my bad. That was one of his main reasons for the kid to become 18. With that title, I thought I was going to read the story of the biggest doormat on the planet. I thought wrong. No hate for you, man. Live your best life, you deserve better. We hope you have enjoyed today's episode. Please like and subscribe. Cheers. Have an awesome day or night, wherever you are.